What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the NCAA Hoops Hour. It is Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a good Tuesday wherever you are. The work day for most is just about over. We got college hoops tonight. It's Super Bowl week. Lot to talk about. We'll go through the card tonight, see if we can find any interesting spots. I'll give you my opinion on what I would do if I had to bet these games. And that and more. So sit back, relax. This is the NCAA Hoops Hour. Another cloudy day around here, man. It seems like every day it's cloudy. But I guess that's what winter is. You don't see a ton of sun, but you kind of hope that you'll see a little sun for at least 3 or 4 days in a row. But we just haven't really seen it around here. We haven't really had any snow either. It's been just basically 40-degree temperatures, and that's that. So, I got to tell you, man. I don't really want it to be 10 degrees, but it doesn't get cold anymore. I'll tell you that. I mean, climate change is concerning, man, for sure. It doesn't get cold like it used to be around here. I know that, but let's kind of figure some things out for tonight. Got a lot of not a huge card here. You just have some big games. You have a lot of teams that we all are familiar with. The Villanovas, the Butlers, the Floridas, the Virginias, the Syracuses, the SMUs, Cincinnati, VCU. A lot of different groups in Michigan. A lot of teams in play tonight. So we'll give a shot at some of these. Hope you're having a great day. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and we will chat about whatever you want. All right, let me give you some thoughts on some of these games tonight. First one, Virginia and Florida State. Florida State is a small underdog here on the road in Charlottesville. And, listen, I'm all for trying to kind of obviously look a different way to what the public is looking at. And, obviously the public is going to see a Florida State, a team that's lost just once since November 10th, basically, and say, well, I got to bet them. And I would agree with you. I am not one of these people that's going to tell you that I would be on Virginia in this game. I'm not. I wouldn't be. In fact, I kind of at this point know what Virginia is. They're not just a bad defensive or a bad offensive team. They're a horrific offensive team. And, at the end of the day, look, their defense is really good. I'm not going to tell you it is, and I think it's right up there with anyone in the country. But I think Florida State's defense is pretty good as well. We know they're long. We know that they have a nice bench as usual. We know that they can rebound the hell out of the basketball, one thing that Virginia doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot of. And I think Virginia is who they are. I think they're a team that are going to struggle to win games in this conference unless they're playing, the Wake Forest or the Georgia Techs. When they step up and they play Florida State, Louisville, Duke, I think they're going to get their clocks cleaned, honestly. And I know the game in Tallahassee a couple weeks ago, they played decently well in, but again, they're just not getting much scoring. I mean, Kaihi Clark continues to be kind of underwhelming. Braxton Key's been in and out of the lineup all season. Diakite's been a bright spot, but he can't do everything. And then that's basically it. They're getting nothing out of Jay Huff. They're getting very little out of Statman. They're getting very little out of Morcell. This has been a tough year for Tony Bennett's crew. I've said before, look, they're always going to be in games because they defend at such a high level. But if you're giving me like a coin flip, pick 'em type of game here, I'm not real interested in Florida or in Virginia right now. Now, at some books, this line is starting to move up a little bit. To be honest with you, I'd probably play the under in this game. 114 seems high. I feel like this game is like first to 55 likely wins. It's going to be a slow, drawn-out performance. You look at Florida State on defense, I mean, they really make it work for their shots. And, again, that's what Virginia kind of won. So both these teams are going to take a lot of time off the clock because, again, while Florida State might want to go a little quicker, Virginia doesn't necessarily let you, and we know at home they're probably going to run the tempo they want. They generally get teams to run the tempo they want. So, yeah, I wouldn't bet into Virginia and say to myself, like, oh, yeah, I have to be on Virginia tonight because they're at home. This team is pretty bad, and they've basically made it clear they are kind of who we think they are. But as far as would I be fading them like crazy? No, I kind of like the under a little bit more. That's really low for Virginia. No, it isn't. Virginia's had totals in the 90s this year. That's actually quite high for Virginia situations, especially at home. So I'm not. I'm not. I don't think it's high at all. I think it's first to 55 likely wins in this game, but this will not be a game that I'm betting personally. Michigan and Nebraska. No Simpson tonight for Michigan, and that is concerning. I got to tell you, I haven't been real impressed with him in the lineup. Now you're going to take him out. Who gets John Teske to basketball tonight? You still don't have Livers. I think the only way you could consider playing Michigan is if they have Livers, but we know Livers isn't healthy either. So, and Michigan's 1-5 on the road. That's with Livers and Simpson for the most part. And, we all know Michigan's continued struggles with opposing bigs. The good thing is Nebraska doesn't really have any bigs that can beat you up, but, Thorne Barnjonson is pretty good. He's a decent player. Hanif Cheatham, decent. Cam Mack's pretty good guard. I think this is a tough game to watch. I think this is a game where Michigan's really going to struggle. I got to tell you, I kind of like Nebraska first half. I could see them hanging around in this game, early on. This game's like tied or something at the half. Nebraska, they are at home here. You look at some of their home games, played pretty well against Indiana. They've actually had 4 of the last 5 on the road, so it'll be nice to get back home for Fred Hoiberg's crew. Beat Iowa at home, beat Purdue at home, beat South Dakota State, who's a pretty damn good team. I wouldn't just think because Nebraska's playing tonight, they're going to roll up and die here. Michigan's not a great team with Simpson. I'm not necessarily sure that they can go on the road, a place that they've not been good at in general. This is a team in Michigan that's going to have to take some lumps. They're going to learn a little bit here. I think it's a low-scoring game here, but if you're going to give me 4.5, I'd lean with taking a shot with Nebraska here. I actually took them this year earlier at Indiana, and they played really well in that game. I think this is a team that, they're not great, but I would have put this number more towards like 2.5 or 3. 4.5 is, especially with Simpson out. With Simpson out, that's where I put that number. You look at on the road this year, Michigan, just 70 points a game. Haven't done a real good job defensively either. They are not the same team they were under John Beilein defensively. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but, and I'm being totally honest here. If I was legitimately making this number, as I look more and more at this game, I think it's a coin flip without Simpson and Livers. I just don't really see a difference here. I mean, Teske's good, but how does he get the ball? So, I would lean with Nebraska here. I think they get the job done here tonight. I think they challenge to win this game. One good thing about Nebraska that I will always respect, and I want to make this clear to all of you out there. When you bet a team, okay, are they well coached? Yes, Nebraska is. They do not turn the ball over and they don't foul. You look at 2 metrics that I find important. Those 2. Do they not foul in defense, and can they not turn the ball over and give your opponent easy possession? I mean, Nebraska is a lead at those 2 things. They're second in the country in defending without fouling. That's a high level. And they're 8th in the country in turnover percentage. I think they win the game. So 4.5, I'm likely in on that. What else do we have here? Purdue and Rutgers. I'm starting to kind of smell a rat here with this one. I think Rutgers sooner or later is due for a bad game. You look at India or Purdue. I get it. I get why people aren't going to take Purdue here. They're not a good road team. They're actually pretty heinous on the road. But again, I'll tell you one thing. Purdue is the best player in the court in this game to me. I think Trevion Williams is the best player on either of these teams. But Rutgers has been good, and that place is tough to go. No Joe Eastern playing well, though. I have a feeling he's the catalyst in this game. Honestly, gun to my head, there's just something about Purdue I like. I don't know what it is. I guess they're just hard-nosed and tough, and I feel like most of these kids, haven't really played their best. But, I mean, the whole world is on Rutgers, and this line has not moved. Not at all. And again, folks, I mean, this game could be 60-160 or something like that. If you're going to give me 3 points, Rutgers, I just at some point feel like Rutgers is going to be Rutgers. But I don't know. It's tough. I mean, Rutgers is a solid team at home. Has some really good wins at home. But something tells me Purdue wins. I don't know what it is, but I didn't think they played overly great on Sunday or whenever that was, Saturday. Yeah, you look at a lot of their home games lately, have been close. I mean, they've not been blowouts. You got to wonder if Purdue gets sick and tired of hearing that they suck on the road. They do. I'm not going to say they don't, but I don't know. Something tells me they win tonight. I don't know. I don't know what that fucking thing is, but it's a low-scoring, boring game. And in one of those kinds of games, I will take the team, frankly, that I feel is better offensively. And I know people think I'm crazy because I think Rutgers is better offensively, or Purdue is better offensively than Rutgers, but I like the way they can rebound. I like Williams. I feel like Hunter and Stefanovic are starting to figure some things out. I'm going to lean with Painter in the crew tonight. So, I mean, if Rutgers is so good and things are so great for them, why is the number stayed at 3? I mean, it's not moved at all. It's not budged. You want to know why that is? Because everyone betting Rutgers is square, and no one really, it doesn't move the needle at all. You give me 3 points in this game, I hope that it's 61-59 or something. Michigan team total under 74.5. Yeah. That sounds pretty good, actually. It's going to take some time for that offense to get running, I feel like, if ever. At least tonight. The thing about line movement in Big Ten play, it really hasn't meant anything. It's hard to go win on the road. So I wish I was getting 4. If I was getting 4 in this game, I probably would have taken Purdue. Like, I'd probably have sent it out. I have one play tonight at my website, bmocwins.com. I had a horrible beat last night with Wisconsin plus 5.5. I guess I don't get too mad. I mean, I was mad for about an hour, but I guess I then think about some of the games that I've won this year that were lucky. I had, Oregon against Washington. I had USC last week against Oregon. I had some games that maybe I shouldn't have won. So those things even out. Those are tough, man, especially because when you have Wisconsin, a 12-point lead should be it. I mean, that's all you should need because of the way they play. So it was a rough one. They end up losing by 6. Nothing you can do about that. Right, Cap? Just didn't get lucky. Mississippi State and Florida. I spent a lot of time on this game tonight. A lot of time. I think Mississippi State's the play here. But I am worried, and I'll give you one reason why I'm worried. I really have liked what Mississippi State's been doing lately. Defensively, they've improved significantly. You look at the last 5 games, they're giving up 59 points a game. Mississippi State done a nice job. They're cutting down on the turnovers, but it's still an issue, and that's concerning going on the road. This is a team that I just wonder how many bad losses can they take, how many games they should have won. How long until their confidence just kind of runs dry? And you look at the other night against Oklahoma, a really tough loss. They lost a few weeks ago against LSU in a really tough game. It seems like every time they step up, they can't handle business. And I guess tonight the concerns I have are that Florida has been getting destroyed in their current defense. The problem that they have is Curry Blackshear is the guy. Of course he is. He's a great offensive player, and he's going to take minutes away from other guys. Problem is with Curry Blackshear, he's not a good defender. And in fact, he's been a terrible defender for them. And I talked about on Twitter earlier their ability to not defend with him in the game. When he plays for this group, they've been giving up a ton of points per possession. Like, he can't defend. With him off the court, they've been sparkling defensively. But he's just really kind of messed them up on the defensive end. And that's one of the reasons they've given up 84 and 72 over the last 2 games. Remember, they gave up 91 a couple weeks ago. He's not a good defender. And tonight against Reggie Perry, he's going to be tested. I guess my question is tonight, if you're Mike White, do you go to more of a pack line zone and you basically say, okay, Mississippi State, we know you can't shoot threes because, again, you're 13th in the conference in three-point percentage. We're not going to let you get into the lane. We're not going to put you on the line like you want us to. We're going to basically say to you, make threes, make jump shots. And that's the concern I have with Mississippi State. I was close to taking them. I'll be real honest with you guys. I was this fucking close to sending them out. But I thought, and I said to myself, like, I feel like Mike White's a good enough coach to recognize that defensively they have not gotten it done right now. You can't keep putting him on an island and letting him just get pillaged by ball screens and stuff. This is not going to work. Plus, this is a tough thing for Mississippi State. You had to go out to Oklahoma to the Thunder Stadium and play Oklahoma on Saturday. Then you had to come back home to Starkville for a day. And then you had to go on the road and go down to Gainesville. So it just didn't set up well, to be honest. And that's kind of why I feel like when I send a game out, I'm very particular with what I'm sending out. I'm very picky. I don't want to look at a game and say, and I've done that sometimes. Sometimes you look at a game and you're like, I love that. And you're like, damn, I missed that. And, there's some concerns. I like Mississippi State. I think they're worth maybe a small play, but I worry about Mike White's ability to figure out the deficiencies that Mississippi State have. And the big one is they can't shoot and they turn the ball over a lot. Maybe a little press is in order tonight for White's group, then get into that zone. That's my issue here. Who fouls down 4 with 2 seconds left? Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, nobody should, but that kid is a freshman, and the technical killed you. I mean, that was the issue. If Garza doesn't get a technical there, the game likely would have been over. They'd have inbounded it, and that would have been that. Because Greg Gard called a timeout. I'm sure he was basically telling them, look, great effort, let's get out of here. They're not going to foul there. They were down 5 at that point, or 4. But sadly, Nate Rauver's elbow hits Garza. Garza's a fucking punk, by the way. I want to make that clear. That kid's a prick. I don't like that motherfucker. That dude never gets called anything on him. Like he's like and he's one of those He's always got something to say to somebody. He's always fucking talking. He's like his coach, never shuts up. He's always talking. He takes offense of a random elbow that had got him in the face. He gets up, gets a technical. And the technical killed us because what made it even weirder is like, okay, so they were down 4 at that point when the technical happened. It was 66-62. Trice goes to the line, makes the first free throw. It's a 3-point game. Did anyone find it weird that why did they miss on purpose there? Like, did I miss something there? Where no one was at the foul line. They were all on the other end of the court. What the fuck? Did anyone find that weird? Was I the only person that found that odd? That they're down 3 and actively trying to play. They foul after the guy missed, yet they don't try to miss on purpose. Like, something was going on in that game. I don't know what it was, but something. I'm not one to do that. But seriously, think about it. Even if I wasn't on the game, why the fuck did they not try to miss purposely? And everyone was on the other end of the court, yet they inbound. It's a technique. Yeah, but that's true. That's a good point. Stupid me. Sorry. You can't be up on a technical. But still, why were they at the end of the court? Like, why were they on the other end? Like, I don't know. It was still only 2 seconds left. I don't know. I guess it just didn't make a lot of sense. That's a good point. I guess I forgot that you don't rebound off the technical, but just a weird game. Weird, just everything. The flagrant was a weird call. I mean, it seems like the officials are just looking for something to call. But what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, Fran McCaffrey's a shithead. He always has been, always will. Iowa inbounded down 4. Yeah, Jordan, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. They were up 4. Exactly. Trice hits the second free throw. By the way, an 81% foul shooter. Crazy. Sickening. It's really sick. Really fucking sick. But I would have 1 or 2 people in my mentions breaking my balls about great pick. It's like, you think that was me that did that? Like, what do you want from me? I can't depend on these fucks, these little kids fouling. What's up? So yeah, Mississippi State, Florida, really interesting game. I was close, but there's certain things at Mississippi State that definitely bother me here. Georgetown, Butler. I don't have much on this game. I think it's a tough one. I don't really see any interest here. It's a coin flippy game. Villanova, St. John's. You know, St. John's always tough up in that arena, whether it's Madison Square or Carnesecca. I just don't trust St. John's offense. They are so poor. And Villanova is starting to really get pretty balanced on both sides of the ball. So yeah, I don't have much on that game either. I don't really like many teams out of the big. I mean, at least to bet on outside of like Seton Hall and occasionally DePaul. But yeah, I didn't have much on those 2 games. Syracuse, Clemson. Cuse is playing well. I'm not a big Clemson guy. I hate Brad Burnell. Syracuse has won, I think, 5 in a row. And they're playing some good basketball right now. And I don't really see much out of Clemson. I mean, Clemson has been terrible on defense. I mean, Syracuse shouldn't have a lot of trouble tonight. I mean, they should be able to get out and take care of business. Obviously with them, it's always important that they defend at a high level, but Clemson has been terrible in ACC play defensively. And they're like dead last, guys. I mean, they're bad on that side of the ball. They don't force turnovers. They don't do anything really. defensively. They are bad on that side of the ball. I'm not really sure why they're. I think they're a small favorite. I'm not real sure why. Obviously, I know they're at home, but Cuse is playing some good basketball right now. Cuse is turning like 2-point dog right now. Not a bad little free pick there. SMU Cincinnati. I thought 6 was a little high on this game. It's down to 5. I don't like much about Cincinnati. They've kind of lost their luster now that Mick Cronin's gone. John Brennan's decent. I don't love him. I mean, I don't really like grabbing first-year coaches, especially with a team that struggles at times with shot selection. So, SMU's tough. I mean, Tim Jankovic's team is starting to play some pretty good basketball. They have a really good starting 5, guys. They have Kendrick Davis, who got eligible recently. Farron Hunt's played real well for them. Chargoyo, Isaiah Mike, Tyson Jolly. Good basketball team down there. I like that group. Nice win over the weekend against Memphis. Got another tough game here, but you're getting 5 points in this one. They're a good offense. They're the top offense in this league right now. So, since he's going to have some struggles tonight, good defense, but, they're going to have to stop a real good offense here. And an offense that isn't going to beat themselves either. Don't turn the ball over. Good rebounding team, good foul shooting team. I'll be interested to see how they play tonight off a big win, 2 games on the road in a row. I really like FSU tonight. I don't not agree with you, but I'm not with you there. I would sooner take the under. But Julian, what's up? Robbie, Clemson wins. Okay. I wasn't really understand those people. I say I like the other side. Oh, I think they win. Well, okay, cool. Thanks. Cuse is a higher rated offense. That's so odd. Yeah, playing pretty well this year on that side of the ball. I was kind of wondering where the offense will come from this year from them, but they've been able to figure it out. Why are Sharps on St. John's when Nova is clearly a better team? Yeah, because Sharps don't bet on teams; they bet numbers, brother. It's not how that works. Did I already talk Nebraska and Michigan? I did. It's incredible how much big man just sounded like Seth Greenberg there for a second. Thank you. I could talk basketball better than most of these fucking cappers, so get familiar. SMU money line all day. Easy money. Listen to the big man. Triple up, Chia. Okay. Whatever. You're in a jolly mood. Shut up, dude. Seriously, you just annoy me, man. I don't know what it is about you. I don't know why. I mean, you're just an irritating character, dude. Like, and I'm not being like funny. Like, I'm being serious. You're an irritating dude, man. Like, you're always talking about like people's feelings and shit. Like, just listen to the fucking basketball, bro. Like, you always get something to say. You always get something stupid to say. You're in a jolly mood. How the fuck do you know? Buffalo +8. I don't really bet much MAC. It's not really my thing. Never has. I'm not a big MAC guy. Just not into it. I hate that conference in football as well. Any thoughts on Virginia Tech, Miami? No. Thank you, Calvin. He said I sound like Seth Greenberg's. Okay. Definitely a hero for sure. Do I like Akron first half against Buffalo? Again, I'm not a big MAC guy, man, so I'm not really feeling much on that. Michigan's playing much better, and Huskers are the worst in the conference. Jesus Christ, Kevin, can I take your bets, please? I want to take Kevin Marcelli's bets, man. This guy is – I mean, Kevin, you got to start thinking differently, brother. And I guess maybe explain to me, because I got to hear this. Explain to me how Michigan is playing better The hell are you talking about? This team's lost 4 in a row and 5 of 6. What the hell are you talking about? They're playing better. On what fucking planet is Michigan playing better? The hell are you talking about? Are we looking at the same people here? We're looking at the same teams. Maybe you're looking at Michigan State. How's Michigan playing better? What the hell are you talking about? Kevin, can I take your bets, please? Give me a call. I'll take your bets. I'm only kidding. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to help. They're not playing better. They're not a good team right now. And as far as the Huskers being the worst in the conference, it doesn't matter about that. They're at home. They're playing with some confidence right now. And Michigan is without their best player and point guard. So, yeah, I can't say I'm feeling that one. But 2020 is going fine. How are you? Do you get anything on Georgia, Missouri? You know, Georgia I've given up on. Not that I ever believed in them, but I mean, they're just never going to be a good defensive team. It just is what it is about them. They're not ever going to say, oh, time to play defense. But Missouri's not played well, not at all. A lot of issues. They turn the ball over a lot. They don't really get into much in the way of offense. This team has really struggled at times on that side of the ball. They're really struggling on both sides of the ball. I have no interest in either team right now. I would pass completely. Do I like VCU? That's a rivalry game tonight down in Richmond. 6 miles apart between those two teams. Do I like VCU? Not really. Actually, no, I don't. You got to remember, that's a rivalry game. It's a big game between those two groups. Thoughts on – so I just say – oh, my God. So I just say like 3 or 4 times, I don't like the MAC. Hey, big man, thoughts on Bowling Green? Do you fucking people listen? No, I don't. I'm sorry. Big man is on point. He knows all the teams, players, coaches, and stats. Nothing but respect for all the advice. More advice than dumbass Stephen A. Smith. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate that. Oh, man. You do come across as grumpy sometimes. Takes one to know one. Cool show anyhow. Thank you. Not that I need to be nice to you, Chad. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. Listen, it's not I'm grumpy. I hate repeating myself. I don't like stupidity. It's pretty simple, Chad. Maybe you do. Maybe you're okay with stupidity. Maybe you're okay with me saying something and then 5 minutes later you ask me the same thing. Maybe that's okay with you. Not for me. I cry and laugh at your feelings. Tips to all. Don't bet the MAC. Jordan catching on. Great work. One day at a time. Exactly. Rhode Island. I didn't look much at that game. I don't know. I mean, George Mason's been tough. They always play well down in that building. I like the guards, Doughton and Russell, terrific players. But as usual, Rhode Island doesn't really have much of a front court. They have been good on the road, though, and I feel like this is a spot they should be able to go in and take care of business. But, George Mason, always tough. They've not played well defensively. I would lean with taking Rhodey there. Ole Miss. Yeah, I wouldn't be betting Ole Miss right now. They are really bad. Air Force. Fresno is lost. No Grimes. I wouldn't say they're lost. They've been unlucky. They're the most unlucky team in the country, according to Ken Pomeroy. So, yeah, Fresno always plays hard. Good rebounding team. Not really something I would. Not really something I would be on. Thoughts on Syracuse? Already talked about that one. Big man is the best. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Very kind. Pitt Duke over. Yeah, you asked that. I don't really have any opinion. And I don't bet much in the way of Duke games really ever. Obviously, you do not have children. You don't fucking know shit about me, bro. I'd be a 10 times better father than you would think I would. You don't know shit about me. I act stupid to people that act stupid to me. And when you act stupid, you get treated stupidly. Simple. You don't know shit about me. You know me from an hour that I'm on the internet every day. Don't tell me shit. You don't know anything about me. So because I don't have children, dog, do you know some of the people in history of the world that had children? Just because you have children doesn't mean you're the nicest guy on earth. What the hell world do you live in, Chad? Seriously. Like what fantasy picket fence world do you live in? A big man doesn't have kids, so he's a prick to everybody. No, big man doesn't like stupidity, and he calls people out when they act like dickheads. I mean, what does that even mean? Obviously, you do not have children. Oh, right, because Richard Kuklinski had children, so he wasn't a mean guy. Or, I mean, come on, man. I mean, John Wayne Gacy had children. What the fuck does that mean? Obviously, you don't have children. I know you're a great guy, Chad, because you have children, and everybody knows that. What does it even mean? We'll wait to hear what he means by that. All right, that's pretty much it. Unless we have any other games that we missed. But it seems like we got to all the pertinent ones. Someone asked about Texas A&M, Tennessee. Seems like a lot of points right now for Tennessee, but they have this weird way of like winning like by a lot when no one thinks they will. They occasionally will do that. So I don't know. Weird one. Are the three men weave on your podcast tonight? No, they're on Wednesdays. It's Tuesday. So yeah, we'll have them back tomorrow. Any other comments tonight about anything? Any other questions, concerns, issues, proclamations? Make them now. Big man does not acknowledge dumb shit. Good point. What seed do I have San Diego State grabbing in the tournament? San Diego or South Dakota? SD State is South Dakota State. SDSU is San Diego State. I mean, currently I would put them as a 1 seed. But a lot has to go on until then. All right. Thank you, Jordan. You too. Dealing with the public is a developed skill. I agree with your attitude about dealing with idiots. But my comment was geared towards patience, not as a good human. Okay. Well, I've made it pretty clear I don't have patience. You're right. That's why I don't have a dog or kids. It's pretty clear. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. See, Kevin's a good sport. You got to like people like Kevin. Kevin Marcelli, good guy. I was a little rigid to Kevin, kind of tried to give him some tough love, and he didn't take it as I'm trying to hurt him or, break his balls. Just listened. Say, you know what, big man? You're a smart guy. Thanks for telling me that. Maybe I won't do that. Good for Kevin. Good guy. Cheers, Kevin. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. Will my conference tournament recaps and predictions be public? Absolutely no. I've talked to all of you before about this. Do all of you just think that I sit here all day? What do you think? All these stuff is... I'm doing this show right now because I'm being nice. But Nick, shame on you for just assuming that I'm going to do everything that you want for free. Not going to happen. I got to make some money, man. I got to have a life. I got to live. I got to pay my, bills. I got to eat. Will my conference tournament recaps and predictions be public? Why would they be public? I have a website. Why wouldn't they go to those people? Kevin, you have to realize, or not Kevin, Nick, you've got to realize that I think people just assume that everyone in this business is just like, everybody lives for free and we all just freeload off each other. And, I always love the people on Twitter that make people feel bad for selling information. Like they're low level individuals because they sell information. I've talked before. There's a lot of people that shouldn't sell picks. But come on, man. Like some they were late. You're right, because I was being nice. Not anymore. It's over, Nick. The freeloading by you is over. It's not happening anymore. So clearly, you want my info. You are on this show and you're listening. So maybe you should remember that. There's too much freeloading going on in this business. It's not nice. Not good. I was just asking. Ha ha ha. Okay? I'm just telling. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. No, I'm not doing that, Camila. Stop asking. It's not going to happen. Go away, please. You come on here and you're trying to push something. It's not going to happen. All right, I'm out of here. You all have a great night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying the show. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for being argumentative and participating. Jonas Smith subscribed. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Hope you enjoy my hard-hitting analysis. It's all good, Chad. No biggie, bro. You're cool. Chad, another good guy, nice guy. Just busting people's balls. Don't bust people's balls you don't know, Chad. Word of wisdom to you. Because out here, they give you a fucking slap for that. I'm only kidding. Thanks for watching. Demetrius, big man is hardcore. You better fucking believe it. You better fucking believe it. All right, 5 more minutes. What else do we have? Questions. Ask me anything. Best questions. What do we got? We got tons of people in here. Ask away. Can I do a weekly premium? Probably not. It's too hard to follow, too tough to stay in, too hard to deal with. The situation is we have a week. We do have weekly. It's basic. Get a basic. You get 2 picks a week. My man Dag, what's happening? Auburn, Ole Miss. Something tells me that game goes over 141. I mean, it feels like at some point, Ole Miss is going to figure it out offensively or something. But tough game there. Do I get paid to go on other shows like Sports Grid? No, I do not. I do not get paid to go on Sports Grid. It's only a 15-minute, 20-minute spot, and it's promotion. Same to you. And Taust, appreciate it. Anything else tonight? I always hate this chat box on the StreamYard. It's like weird. It's like slow or something. All right. I'm out of here. See you guys. Syracuse can make the tournament. They're playing really well right now. I'm out of here. See you guys later.